morning, South Beach. Here we are at the world famous 5th Street Gym, Miami Beach for boxing tip number 40. And my boxing tip this week is rehydration. After a weight cut, it's important that you are, number one, prepared. You can't go from eating really clean and then almost nothing, cutting out your water, to then eating whatever you can grab in a hotel or a convenience store. It's super important that your nutrition is proper, your rehydration in particular. Start with water, first and foremost. Get that in your stomach, let your stomach absorb that, and don't rush. Don't slam a gallon of water. You may have not drinking water in 4 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours. Some people, they don't know how to cut and they haven't drank water in 24 hours. You can't go from that to slamming water, you make yourself sick. Number two, I recommend Pedialyte, but some sort of electrolyte drink that will absorb and give you some nutrients. Again, not to slam it. I recommend actually you do half electrolyte drink, Pedialyte is my favorite, along with water. Mix that, it will be a little bit easier for you to absorb and digest. And then some very simple sugars, from very simple carbohydrates. Fruit is super refreshing. It obviously has a lot of water in it, as well as it's got some vitamins and minerals, and it will also start to get your stomach used to digesting again. So slowly but surely, step by step, no rush. You want to jam it in your face, I know, but you can't. And then you want to start to eat some basic carbohydrates. White rice is very easy to digest, very easy to absorb. Not a lot to get full, just a little bit. From there, you can now have one of the meals that you've been having this whole time to get up to the point to make weight. If you've been eating chicken breast and vegetables and brown rice, that is the perfect one. If you've been eating 3 raw eggs for every morning and something else, that will work as well. Something you've accustomed, your body's used to digesting. A little balance between protein and carbohydrates. Continue with the water, continue with the Pedialyte, keep it going consistently all through the night, opposed to one big gulp, opposed to slamming it. Ideally, you're going to stay away from restaurant food, but you may not have an option. So you get the most similar thing to what you've been eating at home in the restaurant. Don't go from a 4-ounce tilapia to a 16-ounce steak. The next day you're going to be very sluggish. It's going to be hard for you to digest. So you have to be careful, be patient, and be consistent with what you've been doing all the way through camp when you rehydrate. Another tool that's been very commonly used these days, in some states it's legal, some it's not, some federations allow it, some don't, is IVs. IVs are wonderful. But don't wait for your fight or your most important fight to try an IV. Maybe one of your early fights, a tune-up fight, or after a hard week of training, you try the IV and then you do a hard sparring session that next day to make it as similar to fighting as possible. Everything you do in the ring must be practiced and experimented first at the gym, at your house, in your camp. So it's not the first time, because it may be wrong for your body and then it would be too late. So it's very important you really be a scientist, be a professional about this, and not just guess. It's not a guessing game. You don't have a chance to recover from losses. Your goal is to be undefeated. You can't make any mistakes. Don't cut any corners. And that is my tip of the week.
I am the greatest.